So it shows only 4 bodies, but we'll play it out, boys. We'll play it out. We got ourselves Crag are going to be first up on team. We're actually not even team red, team blue. It's team 1 with Leave X. We got ourselves Master. We got Shakeon and Embargo, but we don't get to see our health bar on the left side or cooldowns versus Flores on this team with Athaman. We got ourselves Christina going to be going out first. We got Crazy Nelly as well as Naret. It looks like, yeah, it's a little bit kind of confusing to figure out who's going first, who's going last. Looks like Master Fruit is going to be first up as a balance druid, trying to get some casts off onto Christina. Big bash onto the Feral. Christina not really looking all that healthy right now, getting bashed up. Quite a bit of damage coming out of this boom kick. Christina is going to be popping Barkskin for this though. Master rolling in Barkskin as well as Incarnation. Quite a lot of damage for him available. Big dress by Christina with Reaper Flames to follow Warstorm short by the Balance Druid. Try to see if he can maybe leverage some damage back. Big maim onto Master Fruit. Huge heal available right now with the Frenzy regen. That is also a shield available. Christina trying to catch the breath for a second, leaping back on top of Master Fruit, who's going to go for a disarm against the Feral. Not really doing too much. Master Fruit still, what else do you have? Big bite out of Christina, and Master is going to be going down as a Balance Druid for team 1. Cragger leaping in next as a Fury Warrior as Christina pops in into a stag form. That's going to be the bit of that Capacitating Roar, or is that Capacitating Roar? The Roar coming out for Christina, but however, it looks like Cragger can actually Zerka Rage out of it. It's literally an incap. It's straight up an incap, like a sap or paralysis, which he literally Zerka Rages out of. Big damage coming out for Cragger, but he's rooted. No mobility to catch up to Christina. It looks like Cragger hasn't taken that much damage with Christina, really having to play this defensively. I do like the Neon Bear they got going on for their PTR. Cragger doesn't really have too many, actually has every defensive available when you think about it. We haven't even seen Cragger go for Spell Reflect, which he does have baseline. We also have Ignore Pain. So that's going to be quite a lot of utility for the Fury Warrior to survive this. Trying to see if he can catch the Feral out of stealth. That's going to be a nice Stormbolt into Christina. A Stormbolt says the full duration. That's going to be Christina trying to get the bleeds up and running against Cragger. That's going to be huge, huge recklessness available for Cragger. Yet again, big damage onto Christina. Really ramping up with it. There's going to be Christina popping a big dress. Big Reaper Flames. Big bleeds. Cragger does go for an Azad Stricken. Massive, massive shield for him available for this. It's also going to be quite a bit of shield, I think, from that Ignore Pain. Christina catching a reset. Cragger does go for a small heal into a Stormbolt to Christina. Christina does not have a trinket. It doesn't look like we actually can see anyone's trinkets at all. So that's something we cannot see with the UI, which is interesting. Another thing you notice is there was only 4 bars on the left side and the right side. I don't know how to remove it or how to change it so you can see all 5 bars. But it looks like there's going to be only 4 bars showing up. A little bit of the something Blizzard should fix for the UI for the 5v5s. Make it shrink a little bit more. But at least this is better than nothing. At least it's work, you know what I mean? It doesn't show everything, but at least it works. A Cragger is going to continue just hammering damage into Christina. Christina dropping to half a health. Stormbolt going to put him in a bad situation. Cragger's health hasn't even moved an inch between the Nazat Stricken, and that's going to be a nice Zerka's Rage to get out of that incap. Bash by Christina as they're not looking all that good. Real low in health. Huge damage out of Cragger with that big old downtown dunk with the Crucible of Flame. Not enough damage. Christina does survive this, but barely. They are in a Guardian Affinity because of that incap Aurora, so I believe they do get the Frenzy regen as well, so that's quite a lot of self-heals available for the Feral. Keep swapping wrong person too, because normally on the left side, like Cragger has 1, 2, 3, 4, like going from top to bottom, but on the team 2, there's actually not enough, there actually isn't enough, what am I trying to say? They don't, like, when I go to 1, it's not Atho, even though it should be Atho. It's 3 is Christina, so it's a little bit like backwards. There's going to be some Moonfires coming out for Christina. Cragger activating that Ignore Pain. There's going to be quite a big old shield for him available. Big Nazat Trinket available for the both of them, as Cragger just going to cycle through defensive. Christina popping a big Berserk. That's going to be huge damage potentially here. Lots of bites available. Big upturn bleeds. Cragger popping in some cooldowns of his own as we hit in that 4 minutes 20 seconds, dudes. Dampening coming in very, very soon. Christina super low in health. Wall available. Try to see if he can get some more damage. Big dress by Christina. Does get a damage to Cragger. Throwing in the Reaper things. Try to see if he can disengage from Cragger. Cragger does go for a little bit of that more Ignore Pain. All those bleeds are going to be at least to a portion offset into that shield. Stun onto Christina. No trinket by the looks of it, so, or at least if they do have it, they're not using it. We can't see the trinkets, since I guess they technically don't have it unless it's a trinket item, right? And I don't think we can see the trinket items anymore. I think that still should be some sort of like a trinket thing. Like adding whatever trinkets they're using into the bars. At least I would think that would be a good idea. Crusader's super low though. Krager's just looking to find, get next to Crusader and finish the job. Does he go for the Haymaker leap? He does not go for it. Crusader actually skulking away towards Krager's side. Popping in a bear from Frenzy region is going to give him some form of healing. Might just want to go for regrowth spamming where they are at. Now look at that beautiful, beautiful war gonna form. The white wolf is on the prowl. Krager actually does not see where Christina is at. Does he realize? I don't think he realizes. As Christina's just mounted up right there in front of Krager, trying to see if he can get caught off into that intercept. That's going to be stunned on the roar with no Zerker Rage. Krager actually couldn't do much about it. I don't know why he didn't Zerker Rage out of that in-cap roar, but that was a nice CC by Christina onto your boy Krager. Christina trying to get some damage up and running onto Krager. There's going to be Nazaz trinket some more. Huge damage out of the two. It still keeps pumping. 6% dampening is where we're going to be at right now, boys. Christina landing a bash onto Krager. Big dress, big ripping maybe. That's going to be huge. Huge. Ignore pain. Ignore pain, however, is only 50% of the damage you take. Only 50% of the damage is going to go into the shield. Oh, that was a juke. Microsin at least attempted juke, trying to leap back into a Stormbolt right in the face. Krager is able to get some damage, and looks like Fury Warriors, even on PTR, still suffer a little bit from damage output. Crusader so far has been pretty reliable in trying to survive the damage that Krager is putting out. Big leap by Christina. Krager is rooted at a distance. Is that enough damage? It looks like Christina does go down, though, with Crazy Nelly going to be up next. It looks like he's going to be 4 or 5. Okay, he's going to be 4. Big shield of vengeance onto Krager with a hodge to follow. Could be huge setup into a massive execute set of swings available. Krager, is he looking that good right now? Huge execute set could be a lot of damage. Gets him to about half a shell. Does get a big old shield. Nazaz shield on top of it. Probably ignore pain on top of that. Stormbolt onto Crazy Nelly. It looks like Nelly does not have a way to break out of this stun at all. Huge defensive coming out for Krager right now. Get himself mad heals within rage regeneration, as Nelly's most of his bursts did just go through a short blind into Krager. Looks like he has no way to deal with this. This is going to try to catch up on a couple of heals, but that's going to be charged out of Krager. Crazy Nelly going in for the rocket trinket. Second side of Wings coming out, but Nelly should be looking at their own health. Bubble is down. Might need to use Shield of Vengeance here. Krager probably should be away. He can actually get Shadow thrown through his shield. Does break it immediately into a Stormbolt onto Nelly. No way for him to respond. He needs a Hodge right now or something. Try to go for, oh, the racial from the Light Forge getting clapped out by Krager and Naret and a Red. The Valrip is going to be up next though. Try to see if he can blast the Krager. Big execution is over his head. Is Krager going to survive these Paladins? At least one of his Paladins should do the trick. Oh, the execution set slams down. That is so much raw damage available for the Paladins with Liv up next, dude. Liv X is going to be up next versus NA Red. Getting the big old execute sentence on him. NA Red taking the execute sentence to another zip code. Just trying to survive it, minimize the damage. Shield of Vengeance is up before the pops. Shield of Vengeance available for Liv. Bubble coming out for NA Red with a Hodge into Liv into a flash heal. Try to recover a little bit. Liv did use Shield of Vengeance. NA Red did use his big bubble though. So that is a massive cooldown. And one of the things you will see on the right side of the screen, we don't see NRS cooldown, so we have no idea what TCDs are. To be honest, we have no idea, boys. We have no clue. But that's okay. We'll just be aware that that is a thing. Okay, we have no idea what QCTs might be. Liv, though, we see his dropping down a Mally onto NA Red. That's going to be executions on Liv. Looks like NA Red might be going down here. Actually, Bob comes out. Going to be buffed by Liv. So that's a pretty bad Bob usage. Liv probably still has a big defense still ready. I don't know if he had to use Bubble or not at all. It's going to be NA Red trying to maybe get a setup. It looks like Hand of Freedom Hodge is trying to walk out of there. Liv is going to pop a trigger for this, and Liv is going to have to catch up to NA Red. Execution is hanging over his head. Is it going to do a lot of damage, though? Quite a bit, but not enough to execute him. That's a big old touch of death worth of damage, and Red is going to be going down to a couple more judgments from a distance, though. And Flores is going to be, what's Flores? Is he 1? Flores is going to be 1. As I think, yeah, Subtlety Rogue with a cheat death versus Liv, who no longer has, wait, Liv has Bubble, Liv has Bob, no more Trinket, not for a bit at least. So we'll have to wait and see. Shield of Vengeance is back up, so he actually has a lot of defenses available. Get a shot onto Liv. Is Flores going to do enough damage onto Liv in order to be able to blast him out of here? Try to go for those eviscerates back to back. Hodge onto Flores to follow. And that's going to be some damage by Liv. Doesn't have wings, so it's not the most amount of damage he could possibly do. but at least it's there. It's gonna be Flores continuing to pummel damage into Liv. Liv haven't popped a single defensive yet. Feeling pretty confident as Flores' health is going down little by little by little. Does hit him with a slow. Gonna be a flame from a distance. Does he have the Hodge to follow here? Flores might be in a bad spot. Does get a hot kidney shot into Liv. But does Flores live versus Liv? Or does Liv live versus Flores? Looks like somebody's gonna live and someone's gonna die. It looks like it could be Flores. It's gonna be Evasion, Cloak of Shadows, and Vanish. Not even in Cheat Death proc. That was a lot of defensive use, and Liv picking up the eyeballs immediately to see if he can sniff out the rogue. We hit him the 10-minute mark, 32% dampener for this duel here, boys. It looks like he can't wait. He did see him. Looks like Flores almost snuck by him just for a second there. One more hammer. Cheat Death comes out. Does get a kidney shot into Liv. Does Flores have enough here? Liv, does he have enough damage? Does he get a slow from a distance? That's going to be a crucible. And down he goes with Athaman being the last man standing on F2, I guess. He's particularly the target too. Liv going to go for big damage. Wings are available. Big executors on Atha. He does go for a Hodge to Liv. It looks like he's going to take that execute sentence all the way to the other side of the arena. Did Liv chicken for that cooldown? Lots of damage into Atha from the Shield of Venus. Mally rolling up. Atha might be under a lot of pressure. Could be. Oh my god, Liv with a mad damage. What happened? Athaman barely had a chance to respond. Liv just came in and just blasted. It looked like Liv didn't even do that much damage. It was all Kragar versus the heal. Wait, Kragar. Oh. Okay, well, the most healing, the most damage. No, well, that seems normal. Honestly, he did have a lot of shields though, so that would do it, right? That would do it. Yeah, that would do it. Yo, this was interesting. First duel of the PTR here, boys. Though, first duel of the PTR, man. You kidding me? And people still cry about Paladins? No, people. Well, the way I got it is Paladins are ridiculously strong. We can all agree, right? This really busted good. Okay, maybe not busted. You know, people take. But I say busted, I use it for a lot of things. Yeah, I don't know. Paladins were more mobility. I don't think Paladins care about damage. You have no slows, which is a little weird. Everything kites you. So there's some things that are give and take. But from what I heard, Paladins don't really care that much about doing that much damage. They actually would love to be able to get some slows and get some movement speed and do better sustain rather than burst. But yeah, the burst is nutty though. Like, you could leverage that, I think, in some cases. Alrighty, boys, let's get a duel going, yeah?